Rockford fire crews responded to a growing number of calls, a trend that worries some firefighters. WIFR's Miriam Niesmeyer talks with Interim Rockford Fire Chief Brian Carlson about what it will take to turn those statistics around.
Those fire calls in general could anywhere from a dumpster, a vehicle fire, an outside fire.
Fire calls in Rockford are on an incline, jumping 16% from 2024 to 2025.
We're not too concerned about the little increase, 16%, just because it's based on a broad category and it's not tied directly to structure fires, which have relatively remained the same.
Rockford Fire Interim Chief Brian Carlson says the spike isn't tied to dangerous structure or vehicle fires.
Some years we have more structure fires than others, and it can sometimes depend on season. If we had an extremely cold winter.
Dumpster fires are the concern.
We had 32 of those, which is nearly 70% higher than what we had last year.
For the community, every call stretches resources.
If we're tied up on an emergency that's not truly an emergency, we could be delayed, or you could have a fire apparatus or ambulance that has to come from a little bit farther away to respond to your call because they're tied up on another call.
Nearby departments see different trends. In Freeport, fire calls are down.
We are down 98 calls from end of August of last year.
And in Harlem-Roscoe, it's not fire calls going up, but ambulance calls and traffic incidents.
More traffic, a lot of people building up in here, businesses, and it just, once the construction happens and the buildings come and the jobs come, and the roadways just get busier.
Reporting in the state line, Miriam Niesmeyer, WIFR News.
Leaders also remind families to check smoke and carbon monoxide detectors and be careful with heating sources as temperatures drop.